I can't believe I'm saying this, but I was part of a scam. A scam kind of in a situation where it's like, hey mom, hey dad, hey grandma, hey grandpa, don't give them your information over the phone.
We have a little story to tell you guys.
This is like a really, I'm crying because Secret Life of Pets, I thought the dogs were actually going to drown.
She thought somebody was going to animate a dog dying.
I know. You guys don't understand how much I love dogs. If you saw the title, you obviously know that it has to do with a scam. And I know.
There she is.
Basically, I was scammed in regards to an insurance company of all things. I had a different insurance company. I was paying like $1,300, $1,400 a month. Remy and I could not be on the same insurance plan due to his medical history. And when I found out I was pregnant, I went in obviously to the OBGYN. I went to our first visit and basically they told me that, was it my deductible or my out of pocket? No, my deductible.
Deductible.
So I had to hit my deductible.
That's
okay. And my deductible was $6,000, but I had to hit my deductible within 4 months. So they handed me this payment plan. They're like, okay, here's your payment plan. And I didn't know what it was at first. Char and I like looked at each other and I was like, oh, is this for like when I give birth or something? And I didn't really fully read it. And she's like, no, you have to meet your deductible. The next 4 months, you're gonna pay $1,500 a month to hit that $6,000. And I said, you're not talking about like what I'm paying for my monthly payment? Like in my head, that's what I'm thinking. So I was devastated. So of course, Charles going into Charles Trippy mode, he jumps and he's already 50 steps ahead. He's like, I already filled out some things. We're gonna figure out someone to find new insurance. So I had like 150 people call me in 3 days. This is not a joke. I technically didn't even need to leave my other insurance, but I was just freaking out on like, how in the heck am I gonna pay off $6,000 in the next 4 months? Yeah, so I found out I was pregnant like at the end of February. So it was like after literally my first OB appointment. I had all these people calling and I was like so overwhelmed and I'm like, who do I talk to? And coincidentally, there was this woman who called me and she sounded really nice. For some reason, I just was like, all right, yeah, I'm looking for insurance. And I decided she was gonna be the one that I was gonna talk to. She told me she was calling from a particular place, asked me just things that I felt like I've been asked before by insurance companies. Actually, I know I've been asked before by an insurance company. So 4.5 hours later, it felt right. We decided this is going to be the insurance company, but she
not
had
an exaggeration. It was a long conversation.
It was about 4 hours. And so then she was like, okay, well, the only thing about this particular insurance company is it's not going to cover your delivery. So I do have another company that you can have a secondary insurance, which is not uncommon. A lot of people have secondary insurances. So I was like, great. Made my first payment, felt great about it, told Charles about it. We both felt great about it. It wasn't just me. We both felt great about it. I got set up with that secondary insurance. He asked me a lot of questions and got signed up, got the insurance cards, started going to my appointments, felt good, had insurance, it was covered. They told me all my doctors were covered. When I went to my appointments, they were like, okay, who's your insurance company? I handed them my card and they're like, I've never heard of them before. And I'm like, they said you're under their network. I made sure of it. And they said, okay, well, we'll take your insurance card. And they know I'm good for it too. You know, I've been going to these people for forever. I went to my OBG appointment. Next appointment comes around, which is a month later. And they're like, you know, we reached out to your insurance company. We sent them the bill and everything, but we haven't heard anything back. And I was like, that's so weird. I called them repeatedly. It would always be that they were busy. Press number 4 if you want to call back. Never got a call back. The only time I ever really got an email was when a payment would go through. And if I would try and email them, I never got an email back. My whole point of this is like pretty much the entire time that I was pregnant, we could never get a hold of this insurance company. They paid nothing. They paid nothing of any of my appointments. I paid for everything out of pocket. I had to go to a maternal fetal medicine. My bill ended up being $10,000, over $10,000 that we had to pay out of pocket. Anytime I went to the OBGYN, I had another bill. When I took Remy to one doctor's appointment, it cost me it was like $550. I just started to get really like upset and super worried. Pretty much in my entire pregnancy, I was so stressed out about this. And Char and I, like, we were in communication the whole time. Obviously, we're married. And he was like, did you call? He would try and help me with things. My biggest fear was like, I didn't want to get rid of this insurance for the mere fact of I didn't know what would happen if I did. Like, what if Remy got hurt and maybe just so happened this insurance would help when she goes to the ER, or if something happened to me being pregnant, I needed to have insurance. So I was very, very afraid to get rid of it, even though they were not paying for anything. I was really afraid to get rid of it. End of my pregnancy, give birth to Indy, and I call an insurance advisor. They told me, they're like, why don't you call and cancel? And I'm like, I've tried to call and cancel, I've tried to email and cancel, all the above. And they said, you need to right now call your bank, call whoever you've been making payments on. You need to change your number or put a block payment on all those. There's something very fishy going on here. And I'm like, yeah, I was kind of picking up on that too. And they said, we've heard this a million times before, totally understand. The secondary insurance that I was supposed to have for when Indy was born to help cover, it's supposed to basically cover me if anything were to happen, or Indy, if anything were to happen in the hospital. The guy who set me up for that one, I gave him my information. Hi, I'm this, I'm married, I have a kid, I have a job. He basically put all my information in wrong. Basically, he said I was single, I didn't have a job. And the reason he did that is they both make commission. So, well, that one guy, I spoke with somebody and he makes commission off of anytime I pay for, make a payment. This particular insurance, because I didn't need it fully, I only need it for delivery, I got like a discount on it. Because I got a discount on it, he put in the information wrong. Now I can be penalized for the months that I made payments on this insurance. So I paid for both of those insurances since March or April. So it would be $800 a month that I would be penalized for, that he'll make commission on. I know this sounds like really weird and strange, but this is all information that I've been getting for the past 2 weeks. Kind of why we haven't been filming every single day, because I've been on so many freaking phone calls and it's just been crazy. I talked to somebody who basically told me that I had been a victim of fraud, that I need to make these contacts, that she was gonna help me cancel this second insurance. She did help me, she was amazing. She's like, you need to call the FTC to report these companies. We want to prevent this from happening to other people. I know it sounds really fucked up that I'm not telling you guys the name of the company, but I'm gonna be really honest. I don't even know what the real name of the company is, because that's how bad it is. She's like, after everything you've been telling me, she's like, I've been hearing more and more about this, a bunch of people scamming people by saying they're an insurance company. I said, well, I got cards and I got this. And she's like, it's really easy to make fake cards. It's really easy to do all this. You could look it up online, what an insurance card looks like, and somebody can make it. I guess we didn't think it was strange enough to make a big fuss about. We noticed when we looked back on our payments, because I don't always look back on my payments to see, especially if it's deducted directly from our accounts. I don't look to see what the exact name is. Sometimes you'll make a car payment and it doesn't say Subaru car payment. It says whatever, it gives you abbreviations or something.
Well, the thing is, it said something to what we wanted at first,
yes, it
and
did.
then it changed.
Yes, so it said what the insurance company was, the first couple, and then it changed to a different name, and then it changed to another different name. That's when we should have noticed, but we had hurricanes, we had so much shit going on. I had stuff going on with my neighbor. There was a lot that was not seen in the vlog. So I'm gonna just say this. It's similar to the name
of a cell phone
company. That's all I'm gonna give you, because I can't give away too much.
And a Star Wars character.
So kind of put two and two together. But that was one of the names that they were under. I just wanted to tell this as a cautionary tale, that you just need to be really careful.
Here's the good news. This is the thing I told her since I've actually met her. Always buy something with a credit card, because when you buy something with a credit card and this kind of stuff happens, credit card companies, they get their money back. Immediately we called, we unleashed the dogs.
Yeah.
So basically,
but I still had to pay for everything out of pocket. It's my fault. I think I should have done more research. It's completely my fault, but it's also one of those things where I never in a million years would think that a health insurance company, or what I thought was a health insurance company, would screw over a pregnant woman with a daughter trying to just keep ourselves protected. That's it. And I was. Now I'm happy because I finally found a health insurance company that is a very well-known name. Will cover me and Remy and little Indy Bear here. I've learned my lesson. It's a really awful lesson to learn. We thought of all people, we were not the people that something like this would ever happen to, especially me, because I'm so anal about it with my mom and other family members. I'm always like, oh, watch out, there's a scam doing this, there's a scam doing that. And never in a million years would I think that I personally would get scammed by what I thought was a health insurance company. I'm not making this up, and I'm not doing this to be dramatic. I am only telling you guys this because it freaking sucked this year. It was one of the hardest years of my life regarding money, of how horrible this was and just the stress that it put on me and stress that put on us, you know. That's your cautionary tale. And I feel stupid, and I know a lot of you are gonna be like, how could you be so stupid? I asked myself that question too, because I didn't think I was being stupid. That's your story that you can tell your friends tomorrow and be like, I heard this really dumb girl do a really dumb thing. Was I really that dumb?
No, it's honest. I fell for it too.
My understanding, well, talking to the FTC, they are already under investigation, and I don't even know if they're actually functioning now. They may have been shut down at this point.
Let's just look at cute old Indy Bear, and then little cute old Rem Dog over here. Oh, she is passed out. She fell asleep watching a movie with Oki.
Is she asleep now? That's one on my shoulder.
Inder's, Indy. Yeah, Inder's is kind of in or out.
I'm really tired. Sorry, that was a long story, but beware.